Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mel here. In today's video, I am going to create this fall look. I love how it turned out. I used all affordable drugstore makeup and it's like a smoky ombre eye going on with some fall colors. Definitely giving me autumn vibes. I love how it turned out and I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe, help a girl out. And yeah, if you want to see the tutorial to get this fall look, then just keep watching. Guys, this is going to be a more affordable look. You can find majority of these products at the drugstore or at like a Walmart. Some of these products aren't like the new and trending ones, but they're still out there for you guys to buy and purchase, and I used to love them in the past, so I figured I would dive back into these products again and see what we can do. I'm going to kind of do a look that I did in the past and just kind of make it 2.0. You know? So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. If you have oily skin, they have a mattifying one, which I used to love when I was oily, now I'm more dry. So I'm going to use the original one. I love the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and I feel like this is very similar. So it's just like a little pot, and I'm going to fill in the pores. Kind of help out that texture. Then for foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus. So this was the original one. I know they recently came out with a dewy one, which I kind of want to try, but I just had the original one. I have two shades here. I'm going to have to play around to like match my skin tone right now. I have cream beige, and then I have golden beige. So we'll see what we can do with these. I used to love this foundation when I had oily skin. I loved it. This is golden beige. So it comes with like a little spatula. That might be a good color, the golden beige. Let me show you the cream beige. It can get a little messy. Oh, I think I'm gonna mix them. Let's just mix them. Very liquidy, but it's very thin, if I can remember. I just went and dampened my sponge to make it a little easier. So very thin as I remember, but it gives like a really nice coverage. Like a soft matte finish. I need to do a foundation review on this. It's on my to-do list. And Wet n Wild is so affordable, it's wild to me. Okay, so there's about one layer. Looks really pretty. It's definitely going to be matte, but I'm just going to add a little more coverage. Okay, so that's about the coverage I'm going to do. Very smoothing, pretty matte, but it looks good. I feel like it kind of evened everything out. Doesn't feel heavy for like how matte it looks, so pretty good. We are going to move on. So next is going to be concealers. These are from e.l.f. I have the Hydrating Camo Concealer, and then I also have the 16-hour Camo Concealer. Basically, this one's just a little more creamier. This one's a little more like Shape Tape, kind of mattifying and full coverage. I think I'm just going to go in with the hydrating one just so I'm not super matte. I'm going to go in with Light Peach. This is really full coverage, so you only need a little bit. God, I used to cake this on back in the day. It's like crazy how like my style of makeup has changed. And then we're just going to blend that out. It's so easy to blend out. Very creamy with good coverage. Alright, so that looks good. We're going to move on to some cream bronzer, cream contour. So I have a few options for you guys just to give you some variety if you are going out looking for some products to recreate this look or just interested in more affordable cream bronzers or cream contours. So the first one I'm going to use is from Wet n Wild. This is their MegaGlo Contour Stick. And then two other options if you want something more creamier. This is a concealer, but I got it in like a bronzer shade, and I really love how it blends out and it applies. I've used it in previous videos. It's the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awakening 24-hour 5-in-1 concealer. So I have this in the shade Caramel, and it definitely is a really nice bronze color for me. And then the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. This is a little dark for me, but these are pretty good and affordable as well. I'm going to try this because I haven't used this in so long. This is more like a waxy formula, and I'm going to start here. Okay, and I'm just going to start buffing that out. So nice and subtle, definitely nice and subtle. If you have more oily skin, I feel like a waxier, stiffer product that isn't as creamy and movable would probably work better for your skin type. Sometimes something that's really liquidy and hydrating, creamy, doesn't always work best with oily skin, but you just have to play around and figure out what works best for your skin. So this gives a really nice, soft, subtle contour, bronzer, whatever you want to call it. All right, and I'm gonna use it up here. Takes a little bit to work with it, but it's not really moving the foundation underneath, so I can appreciate that. And this is just a Real Techniques brush. This is the Expert Face Brush. I love it because it's like a little stiff oval. It works really good for blending out like cream, bronzers, and contours. So I think I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm actually gonna go in with the e.l.f. one just to give a little bit more and show you guys this one. Just a little more definition, and I like this for my nose and under eye lips. This one is a little more stiff formula as well. I shouldn't say stiff. It just doesn't blend out the easiest. You kind of have to work with it, but it gives a really nice, effect, and it's super affordable and buildable, I feel like. I love putting contour underneath the lip. It just makes it pouty and so cute. And then for my nose, once I have it like blended out, I'll take the sponge and just soften it so it doesn't look so crazy. Okay, for cream blush, back in the day, I never used like cream products. I would use like a cream contour and then just be heavy with powder bronzer and powder blush. But now, I do the opposite of like creams and then just to set them with some powder products. It's just wild how like makeup styles change. So I'm going to go in with the Profusion Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush. This one is my favorite. This is Mai Tai. It's like a peachier color, super affordable. And it has this really cute doe foot sponge and just a few dots, and we will blend her out. This product, I like to take a dense brush and stamp it. It's pretty like liquidy, but I like that because it makes it really workable with the product. I love this color. It meshes really nice with the bronze, and it's buildable also. I don't want to do too much blush today because I want the main focus to be on the eyes because they're going to be really warm, kind of smoky, and lots of color going on there. So I just want the blush to be nice and soft. Okay, that's it for the cream products, but I have like really dark under eyes and I'm going to add a little bit more brightness. I do need to invest in a good color corrector. So if you know of one that you love, let me know down below. So you can see like there's some dark purpleness here. So I like to go in with a separate concealer that's more brightening just to help counteract that. So 2 options. I love the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. It's the clicky pen. This is really good and I've used it a lot and it doesn't run out. Sometimes clicky pens run out really quickly on me. This has yet to run out. And then I also really like the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. This is really brightening, so I'm gonna go with that today. Just a little bit here to help that. Both are really good. I just kind of change things up here and there. And I'm being really careful not to go too much over the blush, but I'm gonna mesh the line right here together by taking whatever excess and lightly going over, so it kind of makes it like a seamless blend. Very soft. So focusing it most on the dark circle, and then once it's mainly blended out, then I'm going to take the excess and lightly go on that area where the blush meets the concealer to soften that. So it just looks like a softer transition. And now our under eyes are more covered and bright. Okay, and for powder, like setting powder, I haven't used this in ages, is the Maybelline FitMe Loose Finishing Powder in Light Fair. I know people love this powder. I just always forget about it. Yeah, we're gonna go in with this. We are gonna set everything. I'm gonna use my powder puff. Some people take it on the back of their hand and disperse it. Let's try that today. I like to try new techniques. So it's more dispersed. Make sure there's no creases and just set everything. Wow, that's pretty smoothing. I like that. And then whatever excess I have in the cap, I take a big fluffy brush, disperse it, and I kind of drag on the neck, jawline, and then lightly tap everywhere just to, make sure everything's nice and set. I like that powder. Okay, now we're just gonna set those cream products with a powder bronzer and a powder blush and a little bit of highlight. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. primer blush. It's a bronzer. I think it's primer infused bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. This is a really great neutral shade. I love this. Really good formula. It's not matte, it's not shimmery. It's kind of like that perfect like in between bronzer. I'm just gonna set that to add a little more warmth. So you can see my summer tan's still here, but it's gone from my face because of my skincare. Just bronzing. And then I'll just squeeze my brush, and whatever excess, I go on the sides of the nose, kind of where I put that contour. And for blush, we're gonna go in with the Milani Coral Cove powder blush. They're little rose blushes. These are really good formulas. Love the packaging. I just think that's really pretty. I'm just gonna lightly dust. Again, I don't want too much color. Just a nice flush because we want the focus on the eyes. All right, highlighter, I have two options, both from Wet n Wild. If you want to get your hands on these are both still available. I see these in store. The loose one you might have to buy online, but this is the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder in Golden Flower Crown. This is the golden one, like a soft gold champagne color. So it's the pressed powder. And then the Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder. These are so pigmented in Hustle and Glow. This is their gold one. These are really good. I have I'm So Lit in the other one, which is like a pearl one, which is stunning. And then I also have Blossom Glow in this, which is one of my favorite highlighters. You know what? I'll just show you both today. I'm going to go in with the pressed one first, the Flower Crown. And whew, so pretty. Really, really pretty. Let's show you the loose one in Hustle and Glow. They're very pigmented, so you only need a little bit. I feel like they're very similar shades. It's just whichever formula you prefer. If you really like to pack on highlighter, go with the loose ones. If you more like a more subtle highlighter, go with the pressed one. And I'm just gonna soften that a little. Be going over the damp sponge to pick up some because again, I want the skin to be really soft and then the eyeshadow to be the main focus. So that looks really good. My under eyes are staying pretty creaseless. That powder is impressing me. Alright guys, I am going to do my eyebrows off camera and I'll be back to move on to the eyeshadow, the fun part of the look. Alright guys, so for the eyes, I am going to use the Profusion Infatuation 21 Shade Eyeshadow Palette. You can find this brand at Walmart. They have lots of eyeshadow palettes. I don't believe you can get this specific one, but they have so many and they have so many on their website as well. You could probably get one that's pretty similar to the tones I'm going to use in this, or use whatever eyeshadow palette you have. You just need 3 colors that will kind of fade into each other, kind of in the similar color family and kind of tone. 3 shades to make it like an ombre effect. It's going to be super easy, but this is what I am using today. So the first shade I'm going to take is this cream shade Polite, and I am just going to set the lid. I'm not using eyeshadow primer today just because I ain't going anywhere. But definitely recommend if you are going to be going out or you want your eyeshadow to last a long time, invest in a good eyeshadow primer. Next color I'm going to go in with is going to be Oasis. It's going to be our transition shade, kind of that lightest shade of the ombre. But I'm going to start with this just to help me guide the ombre effect, if that makes sense. So like I know where to end with the ombre, and I'm going to keep it more of, instead of just focusing the color on the outer, I'm going to try to keep it all on the lid. Try to evenly disperse it. These palettes are so good. I should get another one. I'm going to kind of work backwards. The next color is going to be Daring. It's going to be like this burnt orange color, and I'm going to work down, working backwards, if that makes sense. You can do it the other way. You can work from dark to light. I just like working light to dark so it's not so muddy, because sometimes if you start with the dark and then you work other colors into it, it can make it muddy. So that's why I like to go from light to dark. So I'm going to go a little lower than that first shade. And you can put this all over the lid because the next color is going to be pretty dark, so it's not going to interfere. This eyeshadow palette has fallout in the pan, so if you don't like that, just be aware of that. But if that doesn't bother you, it doesn't really bother me, then just disregard that. But I figured I'd let you guys know because some people do not love that. And you can always do eyes before the face makeup if you're doing a pretty colorful look or smoky look to like clean it up and you don't mess up the rest of your makeup. But I just am winging it today. Okay, so this eye is looking a little better, but that's okay. Okay, and then the next color we're going to go in with a small brush to be real precise is going to be Tease. It's kind of like this dark brown, kind of like a burgundy, plum brown. I don't know. It's a very interesting color, but meshed with these warmer shades, it's going to look really pretty. So I'm going to focus that right along the lash line. It's pretty dark, so I'm going to be very careful. And then I'm going to slowly fade up. So it's gonna give an ombre effect. You don't want a lot of this. Go back in with that orange and try to blend it a little better. There we go. Okay, so we're kind of getting an ombre effect, just blending. The orange is very pigmented, so it made it a little tricky, but I'm gonna go back in with that Oasis, the lightest color, just to soften the edges. Probably went too heavy with that orange, but it's okay. Taking Oasis again, the lightest one, buffing it under the lower lash line, and we're gonna do like the same process. I'm gonna be very careful with that orange because it is super pigmented, so I'm not even gonna pick up any more product. I'm just gonna take the excess and slowly work it under here. I'm taking the tease color, the dark color, on a very pointy pencil brush and going along the lash line of the lower lashes. Add a teeny bit more of that orange. There we go. Then I'm going to take Polite, that cream shade, and add it to our brow bone. And I'm going to add that to the inner corner as well. I want to keep it an all matte look. You can add a pop of shimmer if you want. Kind of like it being all matte. This will just add subtle brightness. The color didn't really do much for me. I'm gonna go in with Halo right next to it and add the shimmer. That's a stunning inner corner shade. So there's some ombre fall eyes. Got a little more orangey than expected, but that's okay. I still think it's like really pretty. And then once we add, you know, the lip and some mascara, I think it will bring it all together. Okay, before I add mascara, I like to set my face because mascara can bleed on me. I'm going to use this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. For mascara, I'm going to go in with the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. For this look, I want something that's pretty dark and volumizing, which this is, just to help balance out the smokiness. This is a pretty good mascara. It can get clumpy if you use too much, but overall it's decent. Like, that's pretty good. It's definitely more of a drier formula. And then for my lower lashes, I'm going to use this this CoverGirl Clump Crusher. Tongue twister. CoverGirl Clump Crusher. I used to use this back in high school and I really liked it, so I purchased it again. It's okay. I like the shape of the wand. It's a decent mascara. I like it for the lower lashes because it's a really nice thin formula without the clumps. And I'm going to use this Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil Waterproof and Silky Nude for the lower waterline. I'm going to go in with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in London. I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors. I use it a lot. This has more of that rusty orange undertone, which I think will mesh better with the eyes. Okay, and then I think I'm still gonna go in with the Satin O Face from e.l.f. and No Doubt. Alright guys, so this is the completed fall look, getting into the more autumn colors, smokier, warmer tones, like, you know, crisp fall leaves, pumpkins, candles. I love fall so much, and I really loved how this look turned out. It's a really pretty matte ombre eye. And we use all super affordable products that you can get your hands on and not spending a lot of money. So I think it turned out super pretty. I'll probably do another fall look coming your way here shortly. If you guys have any recommendations or anything specific you would like me to create, please let me know down below. I would love to hear from you guys, and thank you guys to all my subscribers. I know I'm a small channel, but please subscribe to help a girl out and to see more videos coming your way. Thank you guys, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.